Hello guys, welcome to Pitching Inline. So today we are going to talk about the match between Chennai Super Kings and Kings 11 Punjab. Coming into this match, both the teams, Chennai Super Kings and Kings 11 Punjab, they desperately needed a victory to keep them, alive in terms of the hopes and the momentum. Because both were coming from some terrible losses, both were struggling. So it was a team who wins this match will have a more considerable amount of momentum, and the team which loses here will have troubles going ahead. It's not like the team which loses here doesn't qualify ahead, but it will make things difficult. So it was kind of important for both the team to have that momentum and go forward in the tournament. So it was Kings 11 Punjab who won the toss, and they elected to bat first, since they had this record of Kings 11 Punjab had the record of Dubai not being a good ground for the chasers, and CSK were losing the last few matches by chasing. So they wanted to take the first movers advantage, and I thought that was a good decision to bat on this ground. And I thought Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul started off really well. They put on a partnership of 61 runs on the board. When at the score of 26 runs, it was Mayank Agarwal who was the first wicket. Piyush Chawla dismissed him. Once Mayank Agarwal was dismissed, it was Mandeep Singh. He was playing the match for the first time in this season, and I thought right from the word go he was impressive. He was hitting the ball really well, and he was just going for the kill. He didn't waste any deliveries. Just when we thought that he's kind of set and he will go ahead, with a brisk pace, Jadeja put the break in, and he was dismissed for mere 27 runs of 16 balls. But Rahul continued to bat along at the other end, and Puran came in at number four. He had this job, he had this responsibility of batting, not only batting along the skipper, but also he had to take the attack to the opposition, because you could easily see that KL Rahul was playing that anchoring role. Uh, he was not in his usual self. His strike rate wasn't too much. You can notice that he was kind of keeping him submissive to ensure that the middle order is not exposed. So he had to play the tanker role, and I thought Kyron, no, sorry, Nicholas Puran really supported him well, and with his brisk 17 ball 33 ensured that they coasted along very nicely. And just when we thought that they can push to somewhere around 190 and 195, it was Shardul Thakur's that impressive 19th over which really turned the game around. And with the two wickets of the two balls which he got of Nicholas Puran and KL Rahul, is really dented that momentum. And I thought that was that over made the difference of around 15 to 20 runs for Kings 11 Punjab. And finally, at the end of 20 overs, they finished at 178 for 4. Even I thought 178 for 4 is not a bad total, but the way the batsmen were playing their strokes, the ball was coming onto the bat very nicely. I thought they were still around 15-20 runs short, and I thought that the Shardul Thakur's over might prove costly for Kings 11 Punjab. So, but since CSK weren't in the winning streak, and their opener, especially Shane Watson, was under scrutiny for his position in the team. It was kind of a challenging task going in, but I thought this first over which Shami bowled, right? He literally beaten up Shane Watson. Then I thought Shane Watson is get struggling again, and he might get dismissed early. But once he saw those new ball, 2 3 overs, two pluses and Shane Watson just literally did the unthinkable. Nobody would have ever thought of these kind of things. See, Du Plessis, we know he was in form, and he was hitting the ball really well. He was the most consistent player coming into this match for CSK. But Shane Watson was terribly out of form, and his position was being questioned about whether he should play, whether he should not play, and whether somebody else Raidu should open. Those kind of controversies, those kind of discussion. Even we discussed about those things the other day. So I thought he took his chin up and he played a scintillating knock. I will say that was a scintillating knock. Even though he started off really slowly, but the way he just attacked the Kings 11 Punjab bowlers, I thought it was incredible. And see, for me, the simple thing is, Shane Watson, if you want to dismiss him, it must be within, within 10 to 15 deliveries, right? If you are dismissing him in within his 10 to 15 deliveries, then it's fine. But once you let him play those 15 20 balls, then there's this danger. If he crosses those 15 20 balls mark, it's a real danger signs for the opposition. We saw the same thing, in 2018 final when he literally blown Sunrisers away. He played 11 dot balls to start with, but he bang bang when he scored a century and a match-winning knock it was. So I thought that was a great partnership between both the experienced campaigners. And 181, I mean, chasing 178 in a 20 over game, not losing a wicket is not an easy feat, man. It's definitely not an easy feat. See, okay, you are experienced, your bowling, it's not so meaty, but considering all these things, you know, chasing chasing is not easy, and especially the team which was so low, they were on a losing streak, to come like this and beat a team like Kings 11 Punjab, which had good set of bowlers. Mind you, they had good bowlers. They had Chris Jordan, they had Shami, they had Sheldon Cottrell. There was a lot of variety. But I thought the way they took the attack to the opposition, the way they played, it was simply amazing. You can't really complain about what where Kings 11 went wrong, because it was CSK who came up with that clear mindset that we have to win this match, and I thought they did that job really well. And with this win, I think there would have been new hopes in the camp. It's still early days that whether to say that this team will qualify or not. But talking about this match, I thought they did a really good swell job, and the form continues. If Shane Watson continues to play like this, and if they continue to bowl well like what they did yesterday, I think CSK might be back on track soon. As far as Kings 11 Punjab is concerned, they have to ponder over a lot of issues. They literally have to ponder over a lot of issues, and they have tried everything. They have played Chris Jordan in the first match. They dropped him for two, 3 matches. Then again he comes back, and again, I don't know if he will play the next match again. So they have to find that combination first. So I think they are close to playing, the half the tournament, right? So I think this is the time. At least they must know that yes, this is the 11 which I should stick. If you still having doubts, then it's kind of you know problem for Kings 11 Punjab. I think the next match will be really crucial for them, and I'm expecting at least a couple of changes, if not more. I'm expecting Chris Gale and Mujibur Rahman to come back into this 11. Maybe probably for Glenn Maxwell and Chris Jordan or Sheldon Cottrell, whosoever it is. And see, the problem with Maxwell is he's a match winner. No doubt, he's a match winner, and his form is really patchy. For past 1 2 years, he's not at this form. He's out of his prime, and yes, he scored a century coming into this tournament, but it's not the old Maxwell which we are used to see, and he's batting too low, for his liking. So if you are accommodating Mandeep Singh at number 3 and Nicholas Poran at number 4, then I don't think Maxwell will be really fit for number 5 position. So they must reconsider it. I thought they must go with Chris Gale over Glenn Maxwell. Let Chris Gale open with KL Rahul, and let Mayank drop one down, and then Mandeep Singh, then Nicholas Puram. Then I thought this combination, I won't say it's a winning combination, but it definitely will provide that comfort, that cushion for Kings 11 Punjab to at least give that attack to the opposition. And with Mujibur Rahman coming into this 11, there's one more interesting thing is if Mujibur Rahman is used to bowl in power play, so if Mujib bowls for at least 3 overs in the power play, Then you have two bowlers, right? You have Shami, and you have another bowler like whatever whosoever you play. You might play uh, Chris Jordan or Sheldon Potter. They are available for you in the death overs. So with that, you can play two death bowlers, proper death bowlers towards the fag end of the innings, and Mujibur Rahman can take over in the power play. So by this, their combination will look more settled. I won't. I'm still saying that no, it's not a. I'm not. I won't. I'm not saying that it's going to make a winning combination, but yeah, it will make things bit more clearer for Kings 11 Punjab going ahead in the tournament. So that was it, guys. That was my take on yesterday's match between Kings 11 Punjab and Chennai Super Kings. So we'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.